her facials. Sorry, yeah, go on. All right,
I still get a laugh every time. Her facial expressions.
Her facial expressions. Cheers, Brad Maddox. Oh, no. Oh, you dropped that. Oh, that's so good. More importantly, on that subject, I like the fact that Maddox got a lot of flack for it, but Xavier Woods, no one cared.
Hello, everybody. My name's Rich. Welcome to the World Wrestling Podcast. I'm joined by Tax Williams, as always.
Hello, everyone.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, very good. Still struggling with the heat, struggling with the temperature as two larger gentlemen. This is not going well.
It's a bit sweaty in here today. We've got curtains closed and we did have fans on.
No, too bad for the audio.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, true.
Absolute nightmare. How's your week been?
Not bad. I've had tonsillitis, which is not great, but I'm practically over it now and sounding a bit more normal. I do sound a little bit blocked up, so it might be a bit weird on the pod.
Bodes well for podcasting. I've got tonsillitis. Oh no.
It's nice. Swallowing is an issue. So
there's a clip for the start of the show. Have you been watching much wrestling this week?
I have watched way too much wrestling this week. I've been watching the G1.
Oh, excellent.
And so the G1 has been... I can't begin. Have you watched any of it?
Not yet. I'm waiting, but the feedback that you've seen online and from different people, it's been ridiculous.
The story they're running with Tamatonga right now is outstandingly good. Like, it's been so much fun. Like, this year's G1 is probably my favorite so far. I watched a couple, but yeah.
How many days worth of shows are there going to be by the end of the G1? Because obviously this is my first experience of a full-on G1 from start to finish.
They're already up to 8. And it's been 2 weeks, I want to say.
Amazing.
So, we are doing the NXT ArRival show from 2014.
Yeah, this was a suggestion purely because it was the first live special on the WWE Network. So this was before WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
The network had been on for about 2 days. People had already complained of technical difficulties as well. So, again, good thought process by WWE. We're about to throw our biggest show, WrestleMania 30, in a few weeks' time. Let's do a dry run of a live event and see how we get on.
Was this the first pay-per-view show on the network?
Yes.
It was.
It was the first pay-per-view, first live special on the WWE Network.
Cool. Good to know. There's lots of talking points, to say the least.
Loads. And it's really interesting to see from 4 years ago where everyone is now. Some have fallen from grace, some have surprised, some have you will not remember where they are.
Yeah, definitely. It's not maybe not the greatest wrestling in the world, but it's a good show, to say the least.
Very good show. I think it was an excellent advert for NXT, considering it took over from WWECW, which I think was tail end 2012, early 2013 when it became its official brand.
That was terrible. What a terrible run that was.
What, WWECW?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that can be for a completely different podcast, December to December.
Well, we're going to have to do that show at some point, that cage match where like Punk goes out first and you're like, oh, it's the only reason we're watching.
I've heard a few things online about that whole sort of WWECW run, and the whole idea of Punk in that elimination chamber from Heyman was like, I wanted to go in, I wanted to put the Anaconda device on Big Show and choke him out in 10 seconds. I wanted to go for everyone until it gets down to him and RVD for a straight wrestling match.
What everyone wants to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that obviously went hideously wrong. So, let's get into the action. So, the show starts with a black screen with some excellent lighting.
Pink Floyd lasers.
Yeah, and as is going to become a thing, as we see with a lot of NXT shows, Triple H tries very hard to not be the focal point, but let's be honest, he is the focal point of NXT.
He can't help it, can he? Can't get away from it.
And it's basically to promote their arrival, kick things off a bang, stand ovation in the middle of the ring, and he introduced the show, and we get our cool opening video for our brand. And also, that was the first time they hadn't used the Coheed and Cambria entrance music.
Right, okay. So this is where they changed it for the network. Is it copyright issue, do you think?
I think so, or something to do with money, which is a shame, because that I still think is the best NXT theme they've had.
Definitely.
Coheed, welcome home.
I don't hate this one. Not this. I prefer the resistance one. But this one's okay. It works.
It's not bad. It's number 3.
It was nice kind of retrospective to go back and hear this song again, to be honest.
And I liked in the intro video, again, all the stars had their names featured, just in case if you didn't know, it's obviously like Bodaz, and the fact that Summer Rae got a mention, it's like, oh my God.
You can see them really trying to work and getting their characters over from this obviously unknown kind of crop of talent they've got initially.
So it was very good. And then we're introduced to our commentary team of Tom Phillips, Byron Saxon, and William Regal on commentary.
What do you think about the commentary?
I thought it was really good, actually.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the chap who was on main commentary before Tom Phillips, but Tom Phillips, I think, has done really well since coming in.
He's done brilliantly for himself. He's now the SmackDown lead.
Yep, lead commentator on SmackDown, and Saxon does all right as well, considering he was a failed wrestler.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Saxon. I find him a little cheesy and a little unknowing at times. Like, he doesn't quite know how to phrase things or where to put himself in this conversation, you know?
I think that's part of the appeal to him, though.
Yeah.
Because the fact they know they can, like,
I can see that.
bully and rip him, but he's part of the joke. So we start off with Cesaro against Sami Zayn. This is match number 4 in their run of matches, which have all been, from memory, outstanding. People have been raving about them online. The previous match was a 2 out of 3 falls match. So it seems a little bit odd they've gone from 2 out of 3 falls to just a single 1-on-1 match.
Yeah, definitely.
So the whole concept behind
it is the opener, though, so you're going to bury them in gimmicks at the beginning, you know?
Yeah,
it might be a bit much.
I think from an opening match, it was the right call to have, because you knew you were going to have a solid match. If people had tuned in to watch NXT for the first time, but they didn't know the wrestlers, the action itself, you know, stood it all up, up to everything, basically.
At this point in time, 2014, Cesaro might be one of the most athletically gifted best wrestlers in the world. And I think Sami Zayn is the best at selling, maybe, in the world.
Taking the mask off Sami Zayn from El Generico was a fantastic, fantastic decision, because he just tells stories with his eyes.
I feel that when he was El Generico, he was definitely one of the very best in the world. Like, I'm a huge fan of that character. But it's like he learnt to sell so much with the mask on that when they took it off, it almost became even easier for him to convey those emotions, however you want to phrase it.
And when he turned heel at the tail end of last year as well, you could really see him come into his own in his character.
Yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Just letting go and letting all that nonsense come out.
and it was brilliant nonsense as well. And it was a really good foil to Kevin Owens. But anyway, so the action gets started. So Cesaro is overpowering Sami Zayn, and then the commentary put over that Cesaro's just got to win over current world champion Randall Keith Orton.
Lovely.
Oh, God, I hate Randy Orton.
You're not happy about the comeback then?
At least he's doing something sensible. I'm a legend killer, now I'm a legend, and I'm going to kill everyone. It's like, oh, well, at least you've actually got something to say, at least, you know, being honest. So obviously after this there's our big sequence, and it hits a peak when Zayn tries a Hurricane Rana, but Cesaro stops it halfway and goes for the big swing. Zayn flips out, lands on his feet, and sends Cesaro to the outside before following with a front flip onto him. Already I'm like, this is great, I could watch this all night.
Everything in this match is so much fun, it's so exciting, it's varied, it's I'll counter this and you'll come back and counter with this, and
well, that's the thing, it wasn't
really
exactly
competitive.
It wasn't exactly a spot fest, was it? It was a counter for counter using innovative moves.
It's calculated spot fests.
Definitely. I wouldn't consider it a classic indie spot fest.
No.
Throughout. It was a really enjoyable start to finish. We've got Sami going for a crossbody, but then he's caught into a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker for a 2. I mean, that was amazing in itself, just to check that out, and rather than watching the whole show, it was brilliant. Cesaro basically starts manhandling Zayn around the ring, goes to slam Sami's leg into the post, but kicks out. Sami goes for a gorgeous DDT, but then he's hit with that ridiculous uppercut. Oh, man.
Do you mean the DDT where he dives from the outside through the turnbuckles to kind of land, and then... Yeah, because he's hit that on the previous couple of matches they had, I seem to remember. So the fact that Cesaro saw this coming in and played into that uppercut, that reversal...
Yeah.
It's just good storytelling. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it makes sense because sometimes you get it really over the top now with wrestlers wrestling each other all the time, and at least over the course of NXT, these guys weren't wrestling each other every week, but it was familiar, but they knew how to work each other. I assume they know how to work each other from the indies as well.
Yeah.
So we've got Cesaro on the outside. Zayn tries a slingshot moonsault, but Cesaro catches him with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on the ramp.
It's brutal.
It looks absolutely amazing. Cesaro charges Sami in the corner after they get back in after this, and it's into a corner exploder. Again, just every move. I said before that I didn't want to make loads and loads of notes as we go through this, but it just seemed that every part of this match is a worthwhile talking point.
Yeah.
Zayn goes the Blue Thunder Bomb as well. Man, it's so good. The fans are all over this match. Really into it throughout.
I mean, right from the beginning when he comes out and does the whole "We the People" thing, which is so strange seeing Cesaro do the Jack Swagger gimmick because he was Swiss American or whatever the hell gimmick they were trying to portray at the time, to them both standing in the ring and them chanting "Match of the Year, Match of the Year" before they've even touched each other. I thought that was a little excessive, to be honest, but it's nice to see the crowd are up for it.
Yeah, the crowd are up for it, but again, it goes back to what we've said on previous pods and previous discussions. There's a set time for these chants.
The beginning of the match, maybe, isn't it?
I've decided I also now hate a fight forever chant, even more so
the
than
worst
I used
ever.
to.
I want to see good finishes and clever finishes. I don't want them just to be in the ring doing spots for their entire lifetime.
And I'm pretty sure the guys in there are like, just want to go and have a snack.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to fight forever.
It seems such an obnoxious thing to expect from two wrestlers, to fight forever for your entertainment. It's like, I mean, I know it's not literal, but
you've paid your ticket price. You get what you pay for.
Fuck, it drives me insane, mate.
But then they fight up to the top. Zayn tries to go for a Hurricanrana for Cesaro to stop him midway. Tries a second rope. Is it called a Ricola bomb?
Ricola,
sorry.
Yeah, so Ricola is I think it's like a throat sweets or some sort of chocolate, but it's like they used to have adverts, so they would be like Ricola.
Okay. Now you've done it. Now I know.
Which is a Swiss thing. So when Cesaro... Yes, I said the right name. Awesome. When Cesaro was in Shikara, for example, he would do a cross-arm power bomb, which he would go Ricola as he would do it. But obviously he's dropped that kind of gimmick because he can't use the brand name, I imagine, WWE.
Damn it.
But he's still going for the move at this point.
So it looked pretty good, but Zayn managed to snap off and then hit the Hurricanrana anyway. Helluva kick. Gets a 2.
A hell of a kick. Oh, helluva. I love that gimmick so much.
Again, for being stupid, I just call it, it's a hell of a kick.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Helluva kick.
That's kind of the joke, because it sounds like a Mexican city, but it's actually just him saying it's a hell of a kick. At least that's what I expect the gimmick always was.
Yeah, that's what I think so.
Yeah, I've assumed this. I've never actually, paid attention to anyone ever talking about it or whatever, but I assumed that was the joke, yeah? Yeah, cool.
That's the impression I'd get.
If I'm wrong on this, please inform me on Twitter, listeners, because I'm intrigued.
I like to be told I'm wrong because I only learn that way if I'm told I'm wrong.
I like to know the facts if I am wrong about it, you know?
So then we've got Cesaro coming back for upcuts and sells Sammy just to stay down. Unsurprisingly, he won't do it. Trading shots before Sammy hits a big German suplex, goes for another helluva kick, but runs into a big boot. Gets a roll up for 2, and then into a beautiful sunset flip bomb.
Yeah, definitely. These two, the lucha flippiness that Claudio used to do with Quackenbush. Have you seen some of those matches?
Who?
Yeah, Mike
Cesaro.
Quackenbush. Oh, damn it.
We all know who Quackenbush is.
So, Cesaro, you know who Quackenbush is, though, right?
Yeah.
So there's a match they had in IWA Mid-South, which is basically, it's a lightning match. So it lasts about 5 minutes. And it's just them throwing crazy spinny lucha spots. There's the point where Quack is standing on his shoulders, jumps down, and they do a Dragon Rana, but roll again all the way through into a pin. And it's they must do at least a 720 spin out of this one maneuver. And they're starting to bring in elements of that with Sammy because they knows they can do it. And yeah, just so cool. I love this spot. There's a standing ovation around here as well.
Yeah.
Where I was literally got out of my chair. I was like, this is awesome. It's so good.
Great first starts to the show. But then the finish comes. Cesaro nails a pop-up uppercut. Sammy kicks out. Spinning uppercut. And then the Gotch neutralizer to finish him off after 22 minutes and 55 seconds. What a way to arrive on the WWE Network.
Oh, look at you and your puns. I mean, it's just the perfect opening match. They knew from the matches they've had previously that they could put this on, give them no gimmicks, nothing, just a good story from the previous matches about Sammy desperately trying to beat Cesaro. And not quite being able to every time, and I love that they didn't just give him the win here in the opening match. I think they pay this off later down the line, maybe.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But this was the correct finish, the correct way to have this match. There's a whole bunch of false finishes, but not too many.
Yeah.
The crowd are into it, but they're not giving them everything they want. So the DDT through the corner doesn't give them the big brain buster. They don't give all the spots, but they're there. The Ricola out the corner. They tease it, but they don't actually give it to them.
There was enough there. I think for an opening match as well, as you said, with not too many false finishes, you don't want false finishes in your opener because what's the rest of the card going to do?
Yeah.
If you have false finishes in every match, no one's going to buy into it, are they?
Yeah, not for an opener, for God's sake, please. In my opinion, from where these two guys were at this point to now, WWE have essentially just wasted both of them. Do you agree?
I'm a bit indifferent to wasted because
they've made good money. They've been on TV. Do you not think that they could be headliners from this match? Just watching this in 2014, do you think they could be headlining WrestleMania, SummerSlam?
I think from a wrestling perspective, yes. I think from a character perspective and a all-round global wrestling sort of champion to doing media, I'd say definitely no for Cesaro.
Okay.
I'd say unlikely for Zayn. I think they are top-tier talent to elevate their chosen ones to go to the next level. That's not saying I don't think that they should be given the chance to have a go at it.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that the way that their characters are, I don't think that, I mean, especially Cesaro, his promos aren't the best, but he can do it in the ring, and that's why he's been around for so long. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting to see how Cesaro is really over in WWE as a tag wrestler as opposed to a singles wrestler.
Is he though?
I'd say he's more over as a tag than he is as a singles.
But when he was a singles guy, mainly post Jack Swagger sort of stuff, much like Luke Harper, he was getting really, really good responses. And I think with Claudio...
No, it's fine. It stays in.
I'm just going to call him Claudio for now. Fuck it. With Cesaro and Sami Zayn, it's almost to me that they're so confident in their abilities and they know what they can do that they don't necessarily have that drive, that Cena-esque vibe to be pushed to the very top. You know, they're not going to be demanding guys in the locker room. They're going to be willing guys.
Yeah, and I think that again it's down to the wrestler and down to the booking team, the creative team, to get them to the top level if they can get there. I said ring work wise, no problem at all.
They're two of the very best.
But if you think of people now who are at the top of their game, someone like AJ Styles, he's not featured as the main star. Yes, he's on the computer game. Sorry, he's on the video game.
The cover. Yeah.
He's on the cover of 2K19.
Probably, yeah.
But again, from a promo standpoint and going on to their big network shows to promote things, I think he'd struggle. I think it'd be awkward. I think of Cesaro and Zayn would have a better chance because of his personality and his character. I'm not saying Cesaro can't, but even when you hear Cesaro interviewed and just having a bit of a laid-back interview for other podcasts or other shows, you sometimes struggle to get a degree of enthusiasm unless it's about the concept of coffee.
What if you'd stuck him, Rusev, and Lana in a little stable as the evil foreigners?
Then you'd still have Rusev as their pushed guy, as much as he's not overly pushed. But we'll get to Rusev a bit later on this, as an opinion. But I think they're fantastic wrestlers. And I think any other company in the world, they would be their main event stars.
They were, definitely, for all the previous wrestlers.
I think even now,
before,
I think if they went anywhere now, they would be their top draw, top stars coming in. And in some instances, similar to what Cody's done, I think that's what, if they wanted to be top of the WWE, they'd need to do. They need to go elsewhere to prove they can hold a title, draw an audience, to then go back to WWE and do something to boost their character. As I said, I think they're both phenomenal in-ring talents. I think Sami Zayn is hilarious, and in both in a heel and a face mentality. Cesaro, I think, is the best in-ring athlete WWE have, but he's not the Lex Luger, he's not the total package.
What a terrible example. But I know what you mean. Yeah. Do you think WWE have missed the boat with both now?
Yes, there's no way either of those are going to go into the main event.
So they're tag job guys basically now.
They're tag or...
job is a bad way of putting it. They're two of the very best guys at getting other people over.
They're the top elevation talents.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, very nice.
They're always going to have money. They're always going to have a job. I can imagine afterwards, because I think, as we've said before, Cesaro will want to go with his wife and train at the Performance Center when his time's done. And can you imagine how good
nice little retirement in Florida, you know?
Exactly.
Employment, WWE, easy.
And then Zayn will either go back to the Indies if he tires of WWE and make a barrel load of cash.
I want to see his retirement match in PWG one day.
Quality work.
Think about all the things they can do.
Would he go back under the Generico mask?
See, that's where the fun stuff happens. Like, is he Generico? Is he not Generico? Does Generico appear at some point? You know,
Can you imagine the feud? They set him up, Generico versus Zayn.
But just to clarify, they're not the same people. Generico went to like an orphanage in Mexico to look after kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So Sami Zayn's just a Canadian guy that appeared suddenly.
It's a good thing he didn't go to like the UK tournament. It would just be Generico from Leeds.
Oh, Ligero.
Oh, I love Ligero.
His Leeds accent.
Mexican Leeds, right?
He should just come up and be like, Arriba, Arriba, and that's it.
Just down from Tijuana. Okay.
So before you get on to the next bit, I know what you're going to do. Do you notice the cheering section?
Yes.
The white T-shirts, the Mojo Rawley T-shirts.
I think it's his mum
Why
and
are
his family.
Why is there 2 rows of them opposite the hard camera?
Well, this was the same time that both Mojo Rawley and Baron Corbin were coming in as undefeated bulldozers. They're having squash matches at every single turn leading up to sort of this match, because I think the plan was going to build it to be Mojo Rawley versus Baron Corbin, undefeated versus undefeated.
Right.
And that just...
Oh, that excites me. It tickles my fancy.
Well, I can tell you. Do you want to know the result of what happened?
Go on.
Well, I don't know. But I know one of them...
Obviously memorable, yeah.
I know what happened. I just can't remember which guy won and which guy lost. But one of them squashed the other one, and that was it.
Oh, great.
And I think it was Bazza Corbs.
It was probably Barry.
I think it was Barry Corbs.
It's belly talks. Sorry, carry on.
So... on top of the Mojo Rawley fan section in the crowd, we had a really terrible vignette.
The Hype Man.
Oh my god.
This was so good. This
He
is
is-
like my favourite bit of the show.
He is only in WWE based on who he knows.
Oh, come on. He's ace. He's
No.
so funny. Like, he's next to a football star that seems genuinely mentally disabled. Like, he doesn't seem capable of anything. And just like... he's so enthusiastic, but terrible.
Oh, it's
Like,
awful.
How is he a heel nowadays? It makes no sense.
Okay, so we're on to our match. CJ Parker
The fucking hippie.
versus Mojo Rawley.
I'm trying not to swear, but I couldn't resist.
CJ Parker, now Juice Robinson in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
You've got to say, as much as I didn't like CJ Parker during this time period, he's given it his all.
So, so basically, Mojo claims that CJ Parker is not hype enough. It's just, I'm so glad I made notes on this.
He don't get hype, he stay hype.
CJ Parker looked more... I mean, there was a lot of hype from both wrestlers in this match and their entrances.
Yeah, the spinny belly thing CJ does.
Ridiculous.
That was great. I enjoyed that.
So they go through some basic exchanges for CJ Parker, elevates on a back body drop. Parker comes back, gets a near fall. CJ's doing all right trash talk to Mojo. Mm-hmm. Getting biggie levels of butt crack visual. It's what I've written throughout this.
I didn't notice this. No one's doing it.
It's on one of my tick checklists. Do I see a lot of butt crack? Tick. And I saw a lot.
Okay.
Because Big E was notorious.
This is usually the kind of stuff I notice, so I'm glad that you're paying attention to this sort of thing.
I thought you'd appreciate Big E butt crack levels. We can have it as a Big E butt crack monitor going.
We need like a scale.
But basically, Mojo comes back, hits the hype drive. So jumping butt splash.
The whoopsie.
So Mojo wins in 3 minutes 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Decent cooldown after the 23 minutes we've just had. It's odd on your showcase, like here's our roster, that they had this match here, and we'll get to it a bit later in the card, but another match I thought should have been in its place featuring different talents.
Yeah, maybe.
But I suppose in early days, getting Mojo lots of wins, undefeated, the crowd seemed...
How is that a good thing?
Well, again, because the crowd seemed mildly into him.
No, mild was the word you were looking for. Crowd seemed mild. It was okay. Like, there's my favourite part of this match is where William Regal goes on about how much he hates polar bears. Remember this bit? So there's the whole gimmick of CJ Parker being a hippie and, you know, wanting to the polar bears to be there safe and not use your cars or whatever. And Regal just goes on this tirade about how much he doesn't care about polar bears. I've never seen one of them, so why should I care? I love my big SUV. It's very strange.
And you can tell that's from him because there's no Vince McMahon feeding lines. I doubt Triple H in the backstage going, you know what, Will? chuck in some polar bear hatred.
So odd.
So, after this, we see a backstage shot of Emma stretching with the occasional dance move.
My bubbles.
And good old Bubbles segues into a vignette of Emma. They should have used that on the main roster for her to explain why she dances and not just some idiot just doing
the bubble gimmick thing.
Yeah, they should have done that. Because even that was over in NXT, but no one ever explained it when she came out to the main roster. And then granted that she then was accused of stealing an iPhone case, and then that ruined it for her.
Do you think it's a bit weird that there's a random promo when her match isn't coming up next as well?
Just to set the scene, because obviously it's a big deal.
Okay, fair enough.
I think just to let, again, people know the character who they're going to be seeing later in the evening.
Okay.
And also so people go, oh, I'm going to stay around for this Aussie chick and see what happens.
Okay.
They've always done a good job of vignettes, and a tag team who definitely benefited from them in NXT was the Ascension.
I'd forgotten how good the Ascension came across.
Yeah, and definitely this version without Bram and Conor O'Brien.
Yeah.
Rick Victor is a great wrestler.
Is that his name?
Rick Victor.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I like this gimmick. It's an obvious gimmick. It's been done a lot, like, you know, Demolition, LOD, blah, 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 blah. They're really not on that caliber in ring.
No,
I believe.
And I think those comparisons when they went up to the main roster killed them straight away.
Yeah.
And I think it was JBL on commentary who basically just crapped all over them, saying, you're not the LOD, you're not Demolition, you're nowhere near their league, you're not of that standard, you're not of that level of ability. And straight away, if you've got a commentator saying, here's our heel tag team who are coming up to dominate, and we think they suck, no wonder why they're jobbing out to people.
Yeah, true.
But Ascension have basically been a dominant tag team at this stage for months, and they issued an open challenge. Who answered the challenge? My word, too cool.
Who saw this coming?
No one. My
It's
God.
the strangest. As soon as that music hit, I was like, I know that music. Who's this? And they came out.
Who's Rikishi teaming with?
Of course it is. Well, yeah, that's what I hoped. I have a question quickly about the Ascension. Why don't they do this entrance? When they do this entrance on this show, they both kind of like come up from like a 90-degree position as the camera pans back. They come down the ring. They have this big pose, and one comes in one side and one comes in the far side, and they meet in the middle, and they look amazing. Like, why don't they do this anymore?
Because they killed momentum after the first 2 weeks on the main roster.
But surely it's their decision not to do their entrance.
I don't think so. I think it's
Someone's told them you have to job to the ring. Like, jog in, boys.
Again, if they've lost faith in them, it's a case of, right, you need to be in the ring during the break, and then once we come back from the break, you're going to be in the ring without your Ascension. We'll have your theme music
Wouldn't
playing.
you at least do the pose? You know? Something. Like, they don't do shit anymore.
Be a bit weird, though. Our TV's back. Oh, the Ascension have just decided to, after standing in the corner, to do their pose.
But do anything to get your gimmick over is the point I'm getting to.
The Ascension beat the stuffing. They beat the daylights out of Too Cool.
As this match should be booked.
I mean, it was nice that Grandmaster Sexay playing the face in trouble. He's the one in moderate peril. Maybe he's got it too hot. He'll get that hot tag and come out, get over him. But
he gets the fun bit of the worm in at least.
yeah,
you know?
it's again not many notes to say from this other than they got basically beaten down. They got a worm, which, you know, where would you rate that? Below or above the Cobra in finishing moves?
In terms of it's very silly live and it's fun and all this sort of stuff, yeah, fine. Like, I'm all right with silly gimmicks and silly things. Like, it's on the level of like the People's Elbow, the Cobra, all this sort of stuff. Like even the 5-knuckle shuffle. It's nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. It ruins the illusion of it being a fight or a contest. Even I don't hate it. I'm going to be honest. I like silly things.
People remember it.
It's Shakara-esque.
Yeah.
You know, I don't hate those. Yeah.
But after the worm, the Ascension then hit the Fall of Man, connect, and it's a wrap. Amazingly, that went just under 7 minutes of that beatdown.
You mean total elimination? Total elimination! Sorry, I acted my Joey Styles.
I do not recall ECW for the purposes of gimmick infringement.
There's a moment here where Byron Saxton sums up why the Ascension were okay back then and why they're shit now. He says they don't laugh, they don't smile, and all I could think was they do now.
Yeah,
they really do now. In their cheesy, funny. It's been kind of funny with Breezango.
Yeah,
I enjoyed those segments, the bits that I saw, but it killed the character completely. I don't know where these guys go from this point now.
The Indies.
Yeah, you think they're...
Or they'll just basically work on main event and superstars until their contracts expire, or one of them gets injured and then the other one gets
depressing,
raised.
man. That's really depressing. but maybe justified. I don't see a lot of in-ring ability, really. They're impressive, but not
Rick Victor
memorable.
would benefit amazingly if that team were to be split up and released. I think Rick Victor as a singles wrestler could be a decent mid-card talent.
Do you not think they'd mojo him a little bit?
No. I think they'd bring him back to be vicious Rick Victor. Because, again, when he was on the Indies, people really raved about him. And he was a top singles guy in NXT in the 2013 sort of calendar year until Bram got fired.
Right.
And then they stuck him in with Connor to be the updated version of the Ascension.
Cool.
So I think for him, he probably thought, oh, great, I get to have a tag run. But I think short term, brilliant. Long term, not great for his prospects.
No, it'd be interesting to see if they do something with him in the future. But for now, he's sitting kind of dwelling in that mid-card status, you know.
But he's taking a paycheck. He's making money. As you said, a sock puppet can pay for someone's house. If he can set up someone's family, and also, you know, let's be honest, you're going to put your body through a lot of wear and tear. He's going to be on house shows.
Mate, that easy money, you know? Like, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If they're being squashed, if they're being paid to fly out somewhere and they have to be on a comedy segment for 5-10 minutes, and then they get paid and they get to go home and they get to be around the business they love, more power to them.
All the power to him, mate. Definitely.
Up next, before our big NXT Women's Championship match, we get a pretty decent vignette of the anti-diva. So amazing what happens in a few years' time. The anti-diva Paige. And man, did they get her over strong in this vignette.
Yeah, it was good. Really good.
I think having Paige as the first NXT Women's Champion was a great idea because it's something completely different to what fans in the WWE had seen over the last 10-15 years of attractive women in provocative attire, not really wrestling, but then to have someone like Paige come out, and at the same time you've got people like Natalia in the background who, again, is beautiful in her own right, but she's not going to sit there in underwear just frolicking about. She wants to wrestle because she's a decent wrestler.
Yeah.
Obviously loves cats.
There's 3 or 4 women that had been in the WWE before Paige that were kind of doing something different. They were being respected for being wrestlers as such, you know. Like Trish and people like that had tried it, but really those are models that came in to become wrestlers. But you have your Litas, your Beth Phoenix, your Jazz, you know, there's always been women that have been really high-level, talented, non-diva-y wrestlers. Paige is the first time that I felt like they put someone at the top of the card and really gave her that work and that gimmick to do something different finally. And it's led to, well, the Divas, women's revolution, evolution, whatever you want to call it, and the current state of women's wrestling where they're just going to have their own pay-per-view now, which is great.
You mean all thanks to Stephanie McMahon?
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, Lady Balls over there. Yeah. It's a weird one. Like in this opening promo, there is something I actually wanted to mention. There's a line in it where Paige says she knows she's the first champ, but she's got a lot of trouble coming her way. She doesn't know the half of it. Jesus.
That poor girl has been through so much crap. Namely, Alberto Del Rio.
Should we go through this now?
Yeah, let's do this.
The daughter of Ricky Knight getting the WWE contract above her brothers, to being a top superstar, to being put on the main roster to win the belt on her first night there, to be the first NXT champion before that. You think about the push, the prospect, everything she had going for her, to sex tapes being released of her, and eventually marrying Alberto Del Rio and going on this drug-fueled tirade on the internet, like in front of everyone for the world to see, missing spots like bookings and such, to being off TV for all this time, to then finally coming back, seemingly getting herself clean, breaking her freaking neck and basically having to retire. It's like, what happened in these 3 years?
And do you think part of that, The Rock's movie of her family has been postponed because it's been pushed back now, I think, till next year, because the trailers were going on around Mania time.
Yeah.
Because she was off TV, and when she came back, she was injured, so there'd be no, obviously, on-screen time for her to really promote the movie. Do you think that's a reason why they pushed it? Other than, because obviously they cited production issues. But,
oh, right, okay, I didn't know that.
But if they've got trailers done of it, I know, again, from your world, this is more knowledgeable than me, but if you're saying, I've got a movie to release in March of 2018, to then turn around and go, we're going to need another year.
Oh, mate, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's so regular nowadays in that production is done on such a tight budget because there isn't just like one movie this summer. There's 1,000 movies you can go see in the cinema. There's 1,000 things released on Netflix. There's 1,000 things released on Amazon. Like, they're buying out so much that there's less wealth to go around, basically. Like, there's more in the last 5 years. Money has started to come back into the film industry, which is really, really good because Netflix exists, Amazon Prime exists, blah, 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 blah. People are spending money on it. The problem being that there's so much content available that it's very difficult for anything that isn't already established to kind of get that momentum going. Things like, there's the exceptions, Game of Thrones, for example. Things like Mindhunter and stuff are very kind of unique, but they're all based in something that was already popular or known about. It's very difficult to have something that's unique. So her story works in that sense, and there's a fan base already there. It would make a lot of money if they just released it now, like on Netflix or just on demand. But to me, it feels more like they've delayed it because there's more story to tell, almost.
Possibly.
She's got a lot has happened to her in this time period, and like even in the last year. Think about what's gone on in her life.
Very true.
Like, I think if they ended her story, her film, with her in the ring as the champion celebrating, it's not really the full story.
So after this vignette, we then go to the crowd where we see Ric Flair with his daughter Charlotte.
Whoa!
All right, Kurt Angle.
I was trying not to peek the mic.
Sensible.
Yeah.
But and then obviously months later, Charlotte would then go on to win the NXT Women's title from here.
Seeing her sitting in the crowd and knowing her future, you're like, oh, she's good. She's so good.
I do like as well that now they always go back to where they show things like Charlotte being in the crowd at different things. So they show things of her like watching Ric Flair wrestle. There's the stuff in WCW where she's in the ring as they're trying to beat down Ric Flair and Ashley Flair and all the Flair children, David Flair and Reed Flair are all in there. After they show that, we then get Stephanie in the ring where the crowd...
Look who's out to take some credit.
And the fans chant, "You've still got it," and she responds, "I never lost it."
Do you think it's a bit sexually exploitative here? That a woman comes out to the ring and they're instantly like, "You've still got it." I think they're talking about her physique more than anything at this point. Just me?
Yeah, that wasn't my thought.
What did you think they were chanting for?
I don't know. I just think that they were just like... Because she'd been off TV for a long time,
Had she? Okay, I don't know.
I think that's potentially why that she sort of appeared before taking credit for the women's Evolution Revolution.
Maybe I've taken this the wrong way, but it came across to me that they were complimenting her physique because she was wearing a tight-fitting dress.
Wow, you look good, girl.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I took it, but like maybe I'm wrong.
But
so the diva speech that she gives here, how offended are you by the word diva in general?
I'm not offended by the word diva because at the time that was still WWE's thing from the Attitude Era. They were having attractive ladies to titillate.
A diva implies to me someone that won't get along with everyone else, that has things her own way, and that's just not what you want in a wrestler, really.
No, not at all. But that's how they branded them originally, as we know at that time.
Yeah, I get it. I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, oh, definitely. If you look back to a lot of wrestling over the last 10, 15 years, a lot of it has been a hideous mistake. WrestleMania 19, the Booker T and Triple H angle leading up to it, where Booker T confronts him in the showers and he throws $1 at him and says, "Get me a towel." And before that, Ric Flair's saying, "You shouldn't be in the same ring of him. You should be carrying his bags and driving his car and giving him a chauffeur hat." Oh my God. I don't know who wrote that. But seriously, and that's...
It's not the 70s, mate. Like
Exactly. But it's the things like that you look back now and you go, how did they get away with it? Hiring their paramedic back in WWE, BB Bynes, because she had big boobies.
Yeah.
And
I didn't hate that.
I can appreciate the female form, but from a wrestling standpoint, as a man, I'd be like, if you're trying to do like a flapjack with that, how does that work? How do you bump? Because they're going to get in the way.
Indeed, yeah.
But moving on from flapjacking, if you've got big boobs, mine are quite big. So
mine are big enough, yeah. It's getting away, to be fair.
Paige and Emma for the NXT Women's title.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of vignettes for it. I thought this was a very, very good match. Leading up to this, Paige had been injured for 6 months leading up to this. So Emma had been the number one contender for a very long time. So I'm assuming this rivalry had probably staled a little bit. Because obviously if you've got a build-up for 6 months of someone saying, "I'll have your belt when you're back," it'd be like the UFC. "No, I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting until he's back. I'll just have a year off then. I'm not fighting."
Right, okay.
And that's what I got from that. But I liked how William Regal during the entrance did the Emma's bubble popping dance, as did Stephanie McMahon in the ring.
Yeah, that was good fun. Do you think it's a bit Zeke Hiley? I couldn't help but notice that every time she does this, it's a bit like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's very
Now you're doing it.
white power.
I mean, now you're doing it in front of me.
Yeah.
I can see where you're going with it. I'd never thought of that.
Yeah, I
leading
mean,
up to it.
Maybe it's because I'm more aware of it, 'cause all the nonsense in the news nowadays, but she's walking to the ring extending her arms in a very pointed finger way. It feels a little inappropriate when you see little kids in the audience doing it as well, but I guess she's taking it back, so.
I'd rather see little kids doing the balloon pop / other thing you've just mentioned, rather than little whatever her name is, Bailey's mate in the crowd waving.
If you're going to go pop a balloon, wouldn't you use a finger rather than... You can't. I can't think of how to describe it.
Well, if you're dancing like that, it looks a bit silly, isn't it? If you can't, obviously you can't see what I'm doing, but the moment I'm doing Emma's dance with just
This
finger
is great
popping.
for podcasting.
Yeah.
Discussion of how do you pop a balloon, a bubble.
Let's move on.
I shouldn't have brought it up. It's still funny though. Don't you dare cut that.
I'm definitely not. I'm glad you did it. But we start off with a shoving match as things get underway, and then the ladies start brawling. After a kick to the gut, Paige goes for an early Paige turner, but Emma counters with a backslide for a 2. Love a backslide. Really simplistic, but really effective. Very rarely gets a pinfall, but you know that, again, from a commentary standpoint, the amount of energy to kick out from that is just going to wear down your opponent, and that's why I think a backslide is excellent.
Yeah, no complaints.
Slingshot by Emma countered into a pin.
I like how scrappy this start is. It really gets over the intensity of this feud.
No collar elbow to start with, shoving. I want to be the best.
Yeah.
Which was nice from a women's match in WWE at this time. A case of, I want the title.
Yeah,
that's
something
what
different.
I want.
Like we're talking about earlier, like they're finally giving these girls space and feuds and storylines, not just like, oh, I like that bloke, but you like that bloke, so we're gonna have a wrestling match, which is just shit.
In pudding.
Yeah, exactly. Or mud, or
anything
dressing
else.
gowns, or whatever it may be.
Playboy bunny pillow fight. Snoop Dogg special guest referee. It's ridiculous.
Can I read out my favourite Regal quote at this point?
Yes, because the commentary in this was blinding.
It was really fun,
was really
but
good.
there's a really funny Regal line where he's talking about Emma. Have you got this written down?
I know which one you're about to say, but far away.
Okay. I've been married 17 times. Why can't I find a nice girl like that? It's because I'm addicted to wedding cake.
It's so good.
So funny.
Oh, William Regal is the best.
Yeah, he's maybe a little too funny, over-enthusiastic at times to get across the seriousness of the feud, but that line is so funny. The fact he's been married 17 times because he wants the cake. It's so silly.
It's the only reason I'd get divorced.
Oh god, I laughed so hard at that. I had to stop the fucking show for a second just to get my breath back.
On a quick segue, which we tend to do, William Regal, had he not got suspended after winning that King of the Ring, main event would have been on his way to, I think.
I think being Triple H's buddy and friend and stuff, he could have been a top heel run would have been nice to see at some point. Don't think he ever needed it though. I think he's always been one of the very best. We all know he's one of the very best. He's been funny. He's been great in the ring. He's given us a whole bunch of other guys like through training and such that, Bryan Danielson, for example, I learned a lot from William Regal.
What's he ever done?
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Bryan, I mean, God's sake.
But yeah, back to, so again, he was brilliant on commentary, as were Phillips and Saxton.
Yeah.
Emma goes for her Emma sandwich. And Paige...
Some of the names in these moves are terrible. The Paige Turner, the Emma Sandwich, the Evolution. Like, come on.
Well,
too many puns.
Then you'll love it when Paige comes back with a knee strike, but she wastes too much time screaming. Emma takes her down, and we get a dilemma and then an Emma Sandwich.
Oh, no. My brain hurts.
Paige is fantastic at selling in this match. She makes everything Emma does look vicious, like she's in pain throughout.
Yeah.
Her facials...
Sorry. Yeah, go on.
All right,
I still get a laugh every time. Her facial expressions.
Cheers, Brad Maddox.
Oh, no. Oh, you dropped that? Oh, that's so good.
More importantly, on that subject, I like the fact that Maddox got a lot of flack for it, but Xavier Woods, no one cared.
No, it's like literally there's one comment on like some award show the week after. It's like forgotten about. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Woods can do it no wrong, but Mad Braddocks.
oh fucking hell! Oh my lord!
Compose yourself.
I tried so hard not to put those lines in, but you just went for it. It's like, good on you.
Well, it's in the public domain.
Yeah, true.
It's
true.
factually accurate.
Yeah, poor girl. You feel terrible for her, but
And at this stage,
Yeah.
Emma's probably like, I don't want to touch that belt.
oh, I imagine as much. Yeah, true. It's stained.
So, I've lost my place in my notes.
Right, we're up to the page turner stuff. at the end.
Page turner stuff. Well, did you enjoy the Emma does her little sit out powerbomb as well?
Yeah.
And then they chanted the better than Batista in
Yeah.
the crowd.
Is that what they were chanting?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I tried to work it out. I heard Batista, and I assumed they were chanting something along those lines. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's
So
funny.
nice respect there, because again, his powerbomb was quite good.
Yeah. I think she did it better. She didn't lean back and almost fall on her neck as she did it. You know, like it was good. I like set out powerbomb, like Liger-esque. You know,
He was just trying to do a destroyer, and it
Yeah.
went wrong because Batista doesn't watch the Indies.
because he's a great wrestler.
Well, hang on. For a big man, his match with Undertaker.
I've never seen a Batista match I've enjoyed
Oh, really?
ever. Absolutely hate him. Hate his promos, hate his character, hate his wrestling. Like, it's just not for me.
I like the fact when he was in Evolution, and everyone's like, "Oh, these young guys." He's 43
How was
now.
Okay.
But as you said, yeah. So we've got after the better than Batista bomb, Paige begins to rally, and we got some loud shots as well.
Yeah. Just the crowd are chanting so much they kind of don't pay attention to the end of this match.
Yeah, they're starting to get a
Yeah.
little bit into themselves.
Yeah, I feel like berating a crowd again, but I probably won't because I do that every week on the pod. So, cool.
But we get a page turner and a kick out at 2, and at that stage, no one had kicked out the page turner, and I think the commentary got that over all right.
Yeah, crowd didn't seem to care, but like,
No.
carry on.
But then digging deep, she applies a scorpion lock.
Speaking of terrible names, this eventually becomes the PTO.
Yeah.
The Page Tap Out. Oh, such a terrible name. What's wrong with the Scorpion Crosslock or Scorpion Lock? Just leave it like that. It's a great name.
Sting's move.
Well, did Sting ever use this?
No, he just used the scorpion death lock.
Of course, yeah. But it makes so much sense to call it the Scorpion Lock or Scorpion Crosslock or whatever. Like
Yeah.
Page Tap Out.
No.
Ugh.
But then
That was
again,
a
they weren't great at naming her when she got into the women's revolution faction, and they called them what I can't remember the name. The sorority sisters.
Submission Sorority.
Submission sorority. Yeah, and that,
which is a great name, but happens to be a porno as well. So.
yeah. Someone probably should have googled that.
Yeah.
So Emma is forced to submit in the scorpion lock / PTO, and the crowd response of the move was quite good at the end.
Yeah,
At the
yeah,
end, so I said
okay.
they were losing their interest, but once they got the result, they popped quite happily for the victory.
Yeah, and what a cool finish as well.
Yeah, and I think obviously the right person won here to carry on spearheading that level of
I'm
women's
trying
wrestling.
to think, like, pre this, what was Emma kind of doing? Was she just feuding with Paige, essentially? Because there was that break, obviously, that you talked about.
Yeah, literally nothing. She'd gone up to the main roster at this stage as well, so I think she was starting to do her stuff with
Right.
Santino at this stage.
Okay.
Because this is where having her vignettes here on ArRival would have been good had they used them on the main roster to get people to understand her character. I think she's a great athlete. I think with Emma, again, looking at where they are now, we've already looked at Paige, but with Emma, I think it's a real shame she wasn't comfortable, because the dirt sheets were saying that the reason the Emelina character didn't happen was she wasn't comfortable being this sort of sultry lady and all glamour, which is strange because all the time people were showing pictures of her Instagram where she's more than happy being sultry in her Instagram, but the Emelina gimmick I don't think would ever.
I think it was meant for other people, and she kind of got saddled with it.
Yeah.
And
Because when she teamed with Dana Brooke later on in NXT, that Emma was fantastic.
I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the salty, annoying bad girl heel sort of thing. I think the Aussie girls do it better. The
Iconics.
Thank you very much. The Iconics do it better, which is funny because they're also Australian as well. But I think you could have easily slipped her into that gimmick. I'm not a fan of this Emma's character.
Our dancing Emma.
Yeah, I think she could be okay at the geeky kind of silly thing, but then Bailey does that better.
Yeah.
And so it feels like every turn that Emma was taking, there was someone else or a group of people that were doing her that gimmick better than she was.
Yeah, and also, as you said, you had AJ Lee at the time being the nerdy wrestler as well, so...
Yeah,
There,
it's difficult to find like a place where she fits in.
yeah, and I think as well, going forward, it was a case of potentially a bit too early for Emma to be on the main roster as well. Lost in the mix a bit, still at the tail end of the diva.
Give her a couple of years in NXT. I know she got booked back on NXT for a while, but I think this giving her that break and the main roster now was way too early.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe it's just desperate to have more women on the main roster at this point, because they seemed to be, it was quite thin at that time.
Yeah, it was very thin, and obviously the feedback from the matches in NXT were a lot of the female talent saying, "Oh, I'd rather work in NXT because I actually get to work,
right? Yeah,
get to do matches rather than sort of a 3-second squash match with the Bellas."
Yeah.
Post match, I thought you'd hate this part.
Handshakes and hugs.
Handshakes and hugs.
Knowing that they're friends now, I can understand why, but it felt unnecessary to the story.
Yeah, second amount of hugging. I said Cesaro, Zayn, for the story, it made sense.
Yeah.
For this, they're not going to suddenly become tag team mates in the storyline. It's just a case of we've done a good match.
I would have preferred the rivalry to continue and being more aggressive towards each other rather than this happy, huggy.
Yeah, I would like a heel-ish end.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the Shawn Michaels Jericho. I respect you, wallop.
Yeah, that would have been great. Turn Emma heel now.
Yeah.
Or turn Paige heel even.
Just
like one
Paige
of them.
turn.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yep. I'll see myself out. We get a vignette of Adrian Neville.
Geordie Nev. Hey.
Geordie Nev.
Why did they take away his first name? Neville's such a terrible name.
He did say why they took it away.
Go on.
He felt that Adrian, to an American audience, would be difficult for them to understand.
Really?
So they were saying as well, Adrian isn't a name that people can understand or get on board with, so they just cut it down to Neville, apparently.
They seem fairly comfortable with it on this show.
Yeah, real people, aren't they?
Yeah, strange one. I often wonder whether they gave him the name Neville because of the Harry Potter character.
I never watched or read Harry Potter.
There's a Harry Potter character called Neville who is... who's kind of like... how to describe him? He's a bumbling idiot that ends up saving the day almost.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like I felt that because he'd been quite a successful character in that series, that it was a name that Americans knew as a British person.
Okay.
And so once they labelled him with this, I thought that's what they were going for, but then it never really worked out that way. Like, just thank God they never made him the Rat King or something like apparently Vince always wanted him to be. Can you imagine? Ugh.
My goddamn Rat King. Up next, we move on to Tyler Breeze versus Xavier Woods. Nice fellow on from Paige there.
Yeah, definitely.
Woods had already debuted his gimmick on the main roster, Stolen Brodus Clay's Girls, and entrance music.
Oh, is that where this came from? Right, so Xavier comes out, I hear funk is on a roll, and I'm like, yay, it's Brodus, Tyrus, whatever his name is now.
Oh, it's Woods.
Why is Xavier Woods coming out to this? Is that what it was? Like, he'd stolen his gimmick?
He'd basically gone up there, he had Cameron and Naomi dancing for him.
Right, okay.
And that was it, because that was the end of Brodus Clay.
I don't remember that at all. So Brodus had already left at this point?
No.
So Brodus was still around?
Yep.
How does this make sense? What is this gimmick?
I think they went up and tagged, and then Woods just took everything, and Brodus went to TNA.
Fine. That works for me, whatever. Saxton drops a line here that I was a bit like, oh, maybe that's not the right thing to say. He calls him, that's my jive soul brother. I was like, little racial connotations there, but we'll just skip over that, I guess.
At least Phillips didn't say it.
Yeah, true. Can you imagine?
So this...
If Regal had said it, I think he might have got away with it. Because he's funny enough.
He's still got credit from the 17 weddings for a cake.
Yeah, that line's so good.
But we basically get about 30 seconds until Alexander Rusev and Lana appear. Yeah. Rusev, man, he has put some work in over the last 4 years.
He's one of the best guys they have that they don't seem to utilize as much as they should, and they're starting to.
Yeah.
And there was this time period, like when he came to WrestleMania with the tank, that sort of time period, where he was top guy, top heel. Like, I remember when they initially pushed him, I was thinking this is too soon. He's not ready for this. I was completely wrong.
Did you think Vladimir Kozlov level when they pushed him that quickly?
Yeah, that's kind of what I think everyone thought at that point. But with Lana in tow, this is great. The second he cut his hair as well, he really got over with me. This kind of straggly worms coming down his face doesn't work at all. But I love the evil Russian character. I like the evil the evil Bulgarian character he did afterwards. Once I kind of lost Lana, which I think was a mistake again. The silly kind of leading into Rusev Day was fun, but I'd prefer to see him as an angry, serious heel.
Yeah, I think unless they're going to go full face, and that will then lead back.
Doesn't feel like WWE will ever go full face with him.
No, but that would then lead into their plan, which I originally thought they had with Lana, was that she was going to become Sunny. My only issue with this is this match should have been allowed to go, and again showcase talent, and then Rawley and CJ Parker should have been squashed by Alexander Rusev.
Yeah, that would have made more sense, definitely. What do you think about Tyler Breeze?
A clear example, similar to we've alluded to on previous pods, that this gimmick would have worked better had Vince McMahon not been around.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he gets it. A lot of criticism of Vince McMahon...
That's got to be true, isn't it?
He doesn't understand modern times. That's a big criticism of Vince McMahon. He doesn't understand what people know, what people are into at this time.
Yeah.
So having someone come out of a selfie stick, he's probably like, why is he filming himself? no, Vince, that's not what... There's a purpose. This is... People do this. Tourists do this. And vain people hold this up and take pictures of himself. Why is he taking pictures of himself? No, Vince, this is the reason why.
But like the Prince of Pretty.
Yeah.
What an amazing thing to come up with. Like that alliteration. Like you can put it on t-shirts, like everything.
I think a mistrick from a character on the main roster, and for Mike Dalton to transition from that to Tyler Breeze in NXT, because again through backstage sort of stuff that he was on his last run, same thing as him and Adam Rose. They're like, you need to change your gimmicks up or you're going to be gone.
Right.
And Tyler Breeze worked really well, and again he's a good in-ring worker, and it was great down
worker.
in NXT.
Shawn Michaels-esque, not to that level, but he's getting there. He was getting there at least.
And I think for Tyler Breeze, the fact he's still around is a good thing, because that character sadly died on its arse.
Do you think they've Zigglered it, that it's gone too far now?
Yeah, and I think having him feud with Ziggler to start with on the main roster was a massive mistake, because everyone's going to be like, oh, even Ziggler said it, you're supposed to be me, you're the next me. And instantly people have gone, oh, I'm bored of Ziggler, so I'm going to be bored of Tyler Breeze.
I really think they've missed the boat here, because I think Tyler Breeze could have been such a great character to have on TV. Yeah,
I think a TV character, and similar to what we said to earlier, I think he would have been a top-level enhancement talent. He'd be good as a face, good as a heel, great hand, IC level.
Perfect Ted DiBiase kind of period, Yeah.
A wrestler
position on the card, I mean.
Yeah, a wrestler who you could give a mid-card championship to, who would have meaningful matches, but he would be able to still have good matches without the titles.
Can work heel, can work face, can change fairly regularly to suit what you need him to be. Like, such a good person to have, like a utilization,
Yeah, because you can imagine...
A utility player, sorry, that's the word I'm going for.
And you can imagine if he was a face, taking selfies with the crowd, posting them on his Facebook or Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah.
Instantly, WWE would be lapping that up.
Yeah, tapping into more of the showy Shawn Michaels side.
Yeah.
And as a heel, obviously, he's an obnoxious bastard. He's an easy one to do, yeah.
Character-wise, it's so simple, but pulled off. I think it's probably very difficult to pull off. So
stop saying pull off. I can't stop laughing.
Very mature podcast. Don't get me started on footballer Paul Dickov. Footy lads. After the squash, we get our final vignette of the evening, and it's of our NXT champion, Bo Dallas, who his character at this time is I'm the good guy, but he's so obnoxious doing it. Oh my word. What we're talking about just then, Tyler Breeze with characters. Bo Dallas is this character. Fantastic.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Bo Dallas is hilarious. This gimmick is much better than I remembered it being. Like the part where he asks for the glass of the water and he gives him a bottle. He's like, oh no, I don't drink out of plastic bottles. I have like a glass, please. It's absolutely hilarious. Like the photoshopped images of him with up in the background and the cookies and everything. Like this gimmick was hilarious, which leads me to wonder who's heel, who's face in this next match.
I mean, the Bo Dallas character there is because he's supposed to be the good guy, but he's so goody two-shoes, the fans are supposed to hate him because he's so over the top. So Bo is the heel.
That's what I assumed, yeah.
Bo's the heel going to this, and Neville's the face going after the championship. But what a sign, because at the time, Bo had won the belt off Big E, and Big E had been doing his 5 counts and was undefeated.
Yeah, yeah.
And then having Bo Dallas beat them shows they know that they've got a lot of faith in Bo Dallas. And you're starting to see it a bit more now back on Raw.
They used to have a lot of faith, yeah. Like the B team stuff is funny. I like it. Prior to that, since joining up from the main roster, Jesus, they just had nothing.
He had a great T-shirt.
Oh, the Believe one.
Yeah. All you've got to do is believe. I wonder...
I never enjoyed that character, I'm going to be honest.
I wonder if in the future they are ever going to openly acknowledge Bo and Bray.
They've started to, because there was a promo this week. I can't remember who it was, but they said, "You're the brother I've always wanted." I think it was Bo saying it to Axel, when obviously, he's feuding with someone who might not be his brother.
It is amazing, though, of the two wrestlers, how different they are. They're brothers, and then you look at IRS as their dad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, you guys are really character-driven.
Yeah, it's funny when you first saw Bo dressed as Bray Wyatt, thank you very much. How similar he looked and how well he did the gimmick and the voice and everything. Yeah, that was really fun.
So we're into our main event of the evening, and similar to how classic ladder matches before with Razor and Jeff Hardy, Big Nev walks under the ladder. He doesn't believe in bad luck.
He's got the confidence in himself to do it. And I love this little story where Bo won't do it. And he goes and he kind of walks up to the ladder and you think, is he going to do it? And then he's like, no, I'm just going to walk around this.
I thought this match was quite entertaining, start to finish. It's not the best ladder match you're going to see.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't love it.
Did you not?
No, I think it was good. I found myself not paying attention as much as maybe I would if it had been more involved. I think this is mainly to do with I think Adrian Neville is one of the greatest wrestlers this country's ever produced. I think he's outstanding. I think Bo is a bit mediocre, and I didn't quite get the story coming into this either.
Other than Nev is number one contender, and Bo has been champion for a while, I think that was their booking. And I wonder, with the ladder match itself, is Bo having to be more aggressive because he's not a high flyer? Whereas sometimes when you get these ladder matches, you've got people who are capable of doing or pulling something out, doing something from the top of the ladder or do something from the top rope. And to have that slightly different dynamic to a ladder match, I don't think their styles gelled brilliantly for a match. And adding a ladder match into it, I'm assuming Neville had done many before, but I wonder if this is Bo's first ladder match.
It's funny, in the opening promo, they both say, "Oh, this is the first time I've ever been in a ladder match." And I'm absolutely convinced that Puck, at least, has been in Dragon Gate for a long time before this and had done plenty of ladder matches on the Indies and in Japan. I don't know about Bo. Honestly, I can't remember a specific ladder match either of them have been in before this. So they might not have ever been in one either.
Didn't happen in WWE, didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's how Vince sees it, at least.
So one of the first notes I've got here is when Bo traps Neville's leg in the ropes to go and get the ladder. And again, playing into his character, it's a case of, I'm not getting involved in any of this mess. I'm going to tie up in this rope. I'm going to walk out slowly. I'm going to go and get that ladder.
It's a good moment, yeah. It's clever.
But obviously, as one would expect, Neville managed to free himself, baseball slide into the ladder. And then we got a lovely plancher from Neville. Man, he's so good.
He's so good in the ring. He's so hench at this point as well. Like, he's big and muscular, which he never really was.
And he got even more jacked years on. He's
Like, do you remember seeing him as a young lad on the British Indies and such? Like, and just thinking how good he was. Then he got that PWG booking and sort of started to kind of be pushed around. Ended up going to Dragon Gate for a long time when they were on their real high run as well. And it's being in Dragon Gate around like Masato Yoshino, BB Hulk, Naruki Doi, which were all hench dudes. Like they used to have a group called the Muscle Outlaws.
Okay.
And that's when he started to get big. So I'm absolutely convinced it was hanging out with them, their routines, their supplements. Let's just call it that. Is how he got so big.
Everyone loves whey protein.
Mate, I remember
sponsors of the podcast today.
Seeing Puck before he went to Japan and being a young, plucky, happy to be their underdog guy, and when he came back from Japan, taking himself as a serious wrestler. And you can see he was determined to be like, I am going to be the top guy. I'm the man. I'm a serious talent here. You need to pay attention to that. And once he started to get that across in his character, that's when I really started to take him seriously.
Yeah.
And he's still got that at this point here. Like, you can see he's focused. He's determined. And
I think it's a real shame that this, I think, all came about due to having to drop a belt to Enzo and money about not being on the WrestleMania DVD, allegedly, why he's basically just said, you know what, I don't need this.
What is his current contract status?
Employed, but not paid.
Weird one. So he can't go anywhere else right now?
No. So, and I think that's, again, smart from WWE because they know they've got something that people would want.
You know where he's going if he is leaving?
TNA?
Come on now.
Well, you already saw the tease of Bullet Club originally when he first basically walks out, but he will be...
Mate, think of that junior scene with Puck in there.
Do you think he'd do that, or would you think he or would you think he'd hazard his chances at a UK Ring of Honor? Not Ring of Honor, would he hedge his bets coming home to be on World of Sport?
No, screw that. He's got massive... he's got higher ambitions than World of Sport. Like, no disrespect to World of Sport. It's an important thing. I'm very happy it's happening. I wish the roster was a bit better, but anyway,
it's got Doug on it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. As long as Doug's there, it'll be fine. I'll still watch it each week as much as I can. Thing with Park is that you send in. He goes to New Japan, comes into that indie scene, has matches with Ospreay, Kushida, Taiji Ishimori. Like, Hiromu with his neck isn't absolutely broken to pieces. Like, there's easy matches to have there. Like, 5-star. They'll burn the house down. Just let him go. Let him do the stuff he used to do. What we know he can do, that he's capable of. And then push him to that upper mid heavyweight scene.
Yeah.
You know, first he starts to lose to Makabe and people like that, but then eventually he starts to get over like a Suzuki or like someone like that into that main event scene, and I think they could make him AJ Styles level good.
Back to Neville getting a mini beatdown from Bo. Bo tries to ram a ladder into Neville's face, but misses, and it slides into the ring before Neville backdrops him onto the ramp. Another ramp bump. Ouch.
Yeah.
Tries to climb, but again is taken down, and Bo uses the ladder as a weapon, sets it up on Neville, and climbs.
I've just put ladder owies.
Ladder owies.
There's lots of them.
Neville runs up the ladder for a tornado DDT.
There's so many spots in this that you can just run off that were just absolutely amazing. Like, there are some really good moments. Don't get me wrong, I just felt like they weren't purposeful enough sometimes.
But shortly after this DDT, when the ladder fell over and cracked Neville right in the head.
That looked painful.
Oh, it looked awful.
Ladder owie number 2.
I mean, he carries on and sort of launches Bo into the corner with the ladder in there. At this stage, I wrote, not too many high spots. Do I like it? Because I'm still not sure. Because there weren't many high spots in this for ladder matches. We've got the plancha, we've got the run up the ladder, tornado DDT. I don't know if they're trying to let their ring work tell the story.
You've got to remember that nowadays, in 2018, when we're watching this back, NXT is its own thing. It has big stadium shows. It has big arena shows, I should say. It has a weekly TV show that's watched by lots and lots and lots of people. At this time, do you feel that they're doing this going, well, I'm not going to do all my big spots now because I've got somewhere to go in the future where I need to save stuff to make an impact?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of holding back in the early days of NXT until we got to the first takeover event. I think as you said, they had their weekly TV and it was filmed before and after Raw and SmackDown before they moved to Full Sail. And then that's when I think you start to get a bit more character development, a little bit more interest in the brand. And when people started to build up on these takeovers and they started getting amazing reviews, and I'm sure in the future pods we'll cover some of these takeover events, but that's when people realised we can be free. We've obviously got our constraints of what booking tales do, but when it comes to the in-ring work, we are less constrained than we would be on the main roster. So it's time to get our stuff in. And I think as well, a lot of it with NXT in the early days was, this is our brand. We're going to show why we may have not been signed to the main roster. Some of the guys who signed developmental deals may have been like, no, I shouldn't be in developmental. I should be on the main roster. And a lot of that probably used it to fuel we are better than everyone on that main roster.
Yeah, I agree with that.
This leads on after the skull crack. Neville goes for the red arrow, but is knocked off the top. Bo goes to climb up, but Neville basically just leaps over him.
Saxon drops the line. That's why they call him the Jumping Geordie. You're like, don't ever say that again, you dum-dum.
Cheers, Byron.
Yeah.
Bo stops him with a buckle bomb. After seeing Rollins do that to Sting, I can't look at a buckle bomb. And also what he did to Balor as well.
Yeah, true.
Oh, man.
Different circumstances slightly, but yes, I know what you mean.
Well, put Finn out and pretty much killed his WWE run when he was Universal Champion.
Yeah, true.
Pretty much killed Sting.
Mistakes happen, don't worry.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people do a buckle bomb and never had an issue, but then suddenly Seth does too, and blip.
I was in Nashville when that Night of Champions was on, so I was getting to watch a WWE pay-per-view at a normal time in my hotel room.
Nice.
And just seeing Sting collapse after that, going for the clothesline, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I was like, do I turn off? Oh, he's still up, he's all right. But yeah, buckle bombs, not for me.
Quick one, why were you in Nashville of all places?
I was on holiday.
Oh, okay. Just for fun?
Yeah.
Sweet, cool.
That's what I used to do pre-parenting. I used to have nice holidays.
You're just a big country music fan? Or?
Oh, I loved it, yeah.
Oh, right.
I still love a bit of country music, yeah.
I didn't know. I was thinking, why else would you go to Nashville?
Me and J, double F, J, A, double R, E, double T.
That is apart from that's where TNA is based. You might have come across just Jeff Jarrett or something.
Well, I did try and find TNA's headquarters when I was there, but unsurprisingly, no one was around. Probably hadn't paid rent. So after the buckle bomb in the corner, Neville goes back through with a slam onto the ladder before nailing the red arrow. He climbs up, retrieves the title, and we have a new...
Oh, red arrow to the ladder. Don't forget
Sorry,
that
red arrow
bit.
to the ladder.
That looks painful as sin.
And our new NXT champion, Adrian Neville, at 16 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Cheers,
cool.
the internet, for the timings. Solid, but unspectacular is what I got for the ladder match on that one.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. It does the job. It makes exposes both guys to a new audience. Maybe it gives you a highlight, something interesting. It shows that spot at the end, which is what they're building to essentially. I don't know. I liked it. I expected more.
Yeah. I think overall for a first live show, because again, some of these guys who had come through their developmental system or just worked on the indies, they would have never done a live pay-per-view event. Mm-hmm. They might have done an live pay-per-view occasionally, maybe not, but I think it was a good way to test the water. But what I think is interesting after watching this first pioneering NXT event, it's nice that quite a lot of the guys are still on the main roster, so it goes to show that it is again a defined route, but it's interesting when you look at NXT as a whole to see how many main event stars they have created through WWE developmental, not bringing in guys from the indies. Obviously, it's a finishing school, but I think if you look at people like Balor, he's wrestled, he's worked in big companies, worked massive matches. So the fact he's a main event star in inverted commas, the only one I think that they have self-built is Roman Reigns.
Yeah, there's very few. They had some potential with guys. I mean, would you consider Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas? You know?
I mean, Bray's held a world title.
Like Eric Rowan, like Braun Strowman.
Braun will be the next big name to come out of it.
Yeah.
I think if you look at their developmental system over the years, obviously you had the good run with Orton, Lesnar, Cena, Batista. Shelton Benjamin was part of that, so I'm going to throw him in there as well. But since
was
then...
Charlie Haas?
Oh, I wish he was. I don't think he was, though.
I don't think so, no.
Because he was in a tag with his brother before his brother died.
Yeah, he was.
Russ Haas, I think it was.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
But I think that the developmental system is very good for a finishing school for independent wrestlers to learn to use cameras and learn to use bigger productions. I do question now the appetite, what the original idea of the Performance Center would be, is to make their own stars. Mm-hmm. AJ is obviously an exception because he's gone straight to the main roster, because I assume because he had so long with TNA and worked with TV, and obviously some of the guys who worked backstage at TNA were with the WWE to say, obviously, he can do it.
He was the WGP heavyweight champion in Japan. Like, you can't bring that guy into NXT. Like, I just don't think that works.
And I think that NXT is a fantastic ground, and some of the wrestling we've seen over the last 4 years...
Just finished. AJ was the complete package when they signed him. They needed to do nothing with AJ.
Exactly.
He's the best in the world.
But again, they've signed an independent talent. They haven't built him from ground up.
Yeah, definitely.
Roman Reigns, they've built him ground up.
Oh, and he's terrible. He's not terrible in the ring. It's just they pushed him way too hard and shoved him down people's throats. And
he has no character.
His promos are so boring. I can't get on with this.
His only good promo was after he beat The Undertaker, and they just stood in the ring, booed 5 minutes, went, "It's my yard now," and left.
Why didn't they go with that character?
Should have just carried on.
Yeah.
But I think from a global superstar standpoint, he's the only one. Braun will be huge in wrestling, and he'll be the next sort of, whoa, look at this guy. But then I ask you my next question to finish the NXT portion of it. So obviously we've seen who is there now. Who do you think of the current NXT, name me 3 future world champions?
Okay, Velveteen Dream. Straight off the bat, I think the best guy they have on all of their roster right now, the most potential. I think they've been searching for a young black superstar specifically for a very long time. He is the man. He's the guy that they can push, like Shawn Michaels, like Ric Flair, like anyone. Like, just push that guy to the moon when you do it. Don't do it yet. Give him a couple of years. Let him take his time, much like we're talking about with Emma and stuff. He needs time. He needs to develop a little bit more, know where he's going to go after this character starts to run to flat ground, sort of thing, you know. But he is very, very special. I'm assuming you kind of agree with me?
I agree with the idea of Velveteen, but he can't go up under the current booking regime.
No, wait till Vince McMahon's gone completely.
Yeah, and I would prefer Vince McMahon to basically come 2020, not die, just say, I'm going to go and work full-time in the XFL. Yeah. I'm going to leave these people in charge. I'm going to leave Carano in charge of talent relations. Do what you've done with 205. Do what you've done with NXT. Keep my marquee stars, but build the future. Because essentially, it's going to be their company unless they sell it to Disney.
Do you know? Yeah, true. Do you know what I would do as well? I wouldn't put Velveteen anywhere near Shane McMahon either.
No.
Shane McMahon will push him too hard, too fast.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon will give him 2 years of like top guy level, and then he'll slop into that slope and will stick there, and it'll be very difficult to get him back up to that main event status.
So I agree with Velveteen Dream, but in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
And the good thing about NXT is if you've got 4 or 5 NXT takeovers a year, you're not going to get bored of seeing him.
Yeah, 100%. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's so entertaining. He's so good at being a dick if he needs to be.
I have even stolen one of his things. So Luke Vega said, I eliminated Tex Williams from the King Summer Rumble, and my response was, Tex Williams does not recall this event.
Little lies like that will make you a superstar very quickly.
I agree with Dream, and I believe they'll make him world champion, but if they want him to have any longevity, they need to keep him off that main roster for 3 years and keep him out of the class of anyone with the name McMahon.
Yeah, definitely.
As horrible as it is to say, because Vince McMahon knows talent. He does. But he doesn't know talent who isn't bodybuilder big.
You can only do something for so long before you start to run dry a little bit.
Yeah, and I think he's getting there a little bit.
Well,
no, because I
think you're trying to be very respectful from the guy that's the legend, but let's be honest about it.
Well, no, because the fact is he still sells out big stadiums. And he's created a brand, and he still pushes it every year. He lets towns and cities bid to take his marquee show to it. And while he may not be able to create stars, ultimately, whether or not you and I are fans of Roman Reigns, the kids love him. He goes on
do
all
they?
these...
Do they, though?
They do. The demographic of women and children who like Roman Reigns...
There's guys there that could love both. That could be loved by both, I should say. They should be able to find guys that can be PG, that can have great in-ring matches, that can still be loved by kids and adults as alike. So Bryan Danielson, AJ Styles.
But I don't want to segue too much from it. But again, back to what we've said before about the look of a wrestler. Bryan Danielson and AJ Styles are phenomenal wrestlers.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, exactly. But that's fine. Braun Strowman, and he can go in the ring. And I think he, as long as he stops eating sort of 73 hamburgers when he's out and doing ride-alongs with Alexa Bliss, then he's got a good future for it. But again, he was only signed because he's a big boy, and it turns out that he's got a real aptitude for learning wrestling.
He's got his character's there as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I go with the approach of that Vince still knows what the casual audience wants, and that's who they book for. You want to see these guys still do the amazing matches like Danielson, like AJ Styles, but ultimately you still need to have that marquee name, that marquee face, that look of a wrestler for his wrestling company. And again, I don't agree wholeheartedly with it, because again, being in so deep where I am, I will watch wrestling even if it's rubbish, and I'll still keep coming back. I'll pay network subscriptions. I'll go to shows. But I think Vince McMahon knows what a wrestler looks like to the casual fan. Triple H knows how to book a wrestling show.
Yeah, definitely.
So, sorry.
Triple H has to be the future. So that's my first
That's
guy.
first one. Number 2.
Okay, so now I'm struggling to pick between 3 or 4 different people. Okay. It's very difficult. I'm going to have to go Adam Cole.
Baby.
Thank you very much. I was hoping you were going to do that. He's got the experience. He's a guy you can put on the roster right now as a top heel, and he'll be absolutely fly with it. Like, he might get over as a face accidentally, which is the problem with Adam Cole. He's almost too good, and the gimmick's over, and he's very likable. You get that Bobby Roode thing happening. But yeah, Adam Cole's absolutely outstanding, especially with the Undisputed Era next to him. Like, just keep Kyle O'Reilly doing his GIF-worthy faces every 2 seconds, please. He's so funny. Third one. So I'm struggling to pick between a few, okay? Kairi Sane would be the first one on my list. Shayna Baszler would also be another one on that list. There's 2 others. Aleister Black. And I'm going to throw Andre Almas in there as well, even though he's just been put up to the roster. Because I don't know how I would pick between those. Honestly, I'd think it would be Shayna Baszler and Almas are the 2 that I'd pick from my roster. Like, I love Aleister Black. I love Kairi Sane. There's other people that do similar stuff.
Yep.
Andre Almas, much like with Velveteen Dream, is a young, talented Mexican guy who has everything going for him right now. As La Sombra, he used to make Lucha tolerable to watch because his matches were so good. Okay, in CMLL, he was the best. I used to remember watching bits and bobs of CMLL and thinking, this is all right, this is okay. Who the hell is that guy? Because he is amazingly good. And when he first came to NXT, it was okay. It was a bit hit and miss, a bit Sin Cara-esque in places.
Yeah.
Like, I think you know what I'm saying. Since the last year, since they put the belt on him and his jump up to the main roster, he's been so good. You're finally starting to see that Ingobernable's character coming through.
He has really benefited from having a mouthpiece as well.
Yeah.
Because his in-ring talent was phenomenal, but having Zelina Vega there...
Austin Aries, his wife.
Yeah. Awkward.
He's a little, yeah.
But, yeah, he is a... I think they'd be very, very neglectful of their talent if they don't capitalise on Almas.
Think of the money they could make out of that Mexican viewership.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
him as a top guy.
Yeah, and again, I think he could do... I mean, he's got to be heel for a long time. They can't Del Rio him and go, we need a face guy for this Mexican tour, and just turn him face. No point.
Yet. No, definitely. You always have him up against other Mexican guys that are faces in Mexico.
Yeah.
That audience is very much, they're going to cheer their hometown crowd no matter how he's booked or how he comes across. It's just how Lucha kind of works. So yeah, you always book him against Sin Cara. Have Sin Cara come out, do the flips and stuff, you know, the trampoline or whatever.
Got that trampoline.
Yeah, in Mexican mask, Mexican gear, you know, full go the gimmick. Have Almas come out and be like, I'm the greatest American champion ever. You know? Exactly. Easy money. I think they've needed for a long time top superstars from other people that aren't just white boys, basically.
Yeah, they need a mix.
Yeah.
And I think Aleister Black, will struggle on the main roster. I think he'll get lost. I think the same for Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
If Triple H books him, maybe not. But I agree with you. If he's booked as a mediocre mid-carder, that's how he's going to be seen. You know, There's no way of getting around that.
As he's got a different look, he would need to come in and basically run through everyone.
Yeah.
But as a face.
I think Vince sees him as CM Punk as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's a big negative against him in Vince's eyes.
Anyone who sits down cross-legged.
There's a little bits, isn't there? You know? You can see him doing a GTO and stuff like, GTO? Yeah. That's not the word, man. GTS or something. But please don't. Whatever you do, Ali, just be you and be this evil demon character with the best fucking theme music in the whole WWE right now.
At the moment, though, Vince would be like, I'll put the Ascension with him.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, anything gothy, anything like that.
I think as well...
Oh, that'd be terrible. Please don't do that. Whatever you do.
I'm sure Vince listens to the podcast. So
Imagine we listen to this back in a year's time. We listen back, going, "Oh, I predicted that was going to happen, and look how bad it turned out to be."
Can't believe the Ascension are now triple world champions on the Freebird rule.
Oh, mate, if it went great, that would be awesome. But it's just never going to, is it?
My days.
What about Shayna Baszler?
Baszler will serve a purpose to go up and fight Rousey.
Yeah,
but if they've got two MMA ladies on the main roster, only one will survive, and it'll be Ronda Rousey. I think what they'll do, if they're sensible, they'll have Rousey on Raw, Baszler on SmackDown, and then they'll have a Royal Rumble interaction, or get into it in the Women's Royal Rumble, and then build onto that to a Mania match.
There's so much you can do with this.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, because think about how dominant Rousey is. Okay, really, that's a heel trait, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, like, can you imagine if they build Rousey up to be this amazing face, and they get to WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, whatever, and then they come up against Baszler, and they build it up, and then they just hug and embrace and, like, start beating up all the faces, and it's the two of them with these dominating heels.
Not for me.
You not like it?
Not for me.
Oh, I think it'd be great. It's something you don't see coming. You know,
they need to build up both women as undefeated monsters. Because then you've got a chance to have...
But then if they don't actually face off against each other, that's even better, because it's like, oh, I hate you so much, you're not giving me what I want.
But again, I suppose, I was going to say, where's the end game? I guess going forward, then they could fall out and have their feud. But then they wouldn't be...
Kyrie, Asuka, Flair... There's so many good faces they can come up against as well.
Yeah, I could see it happening, but I think that as they're going to do an all-female pay-per-view in October...
Yeah.
I think WrestleMania 35 will be the first women's main event of WrestleMania.
Oh, you think?
And I think it'll be Rousey against Charlotte to main event Mania.
Mate, I don't see it. I don't see them doing
because the thing is, you're not going to have Brock come this Mania. You may or may not have Cena. I doubt Undertaker will be around.
Right.
Unless you have Daniel Bryan and The Miz main event WrestleMania.
It's not a main event match.
Well, it could be if they build it right.
Miz should never main event WrestleMania, in my opinion. It was so
really?
bad last time, yeah.
But again, that was
I love Miz. He's a really, really good worker, great promo guy, not main event wrestler for me.
But if they can keep off Miz and Daniel Bryan until then, I know they teased it at SmackDown last night.
They're doing it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, so they've killed it. But if you look at what potential...
It doesn't mean they need to finish it at SummerSlam.
Pointless.
You get a BS finish and, Dragon goes out injured for 6 months.
No, it needs to be one and done. And then Bryan retires safely and doesn't cripple himself.
That's not how WWE book, though.
I know, that's dream booking, ideally.
Yeah.
But if you look at what other potential main event feuds there are going into it that you haven't seen already...
I was racking my brains trying to, outdo everything you say. I can't think of anything that works.
Logically, it makes sense. They're on the cusp.
I mean,
they're riding the wave.
AJ Styles, a big heel. AJ Rusev. That's the main event.
Wouldn't sell tickets. Well, obviously WrestleMania sells tickets. If you put that as a marquee, people would go, "Who are they?" Whereas if you put Ronda Rousey, name factor, that's Ric Flair's daughter. So I think obviously they're going to have more people on the main event.
You've really sold it to me.
Because they're on the wave of the women's evolution. They've had a women's Royal Rumble. They're going to have a women's main event of WrestleMania in the next few years. Why not do it now while Rousey's still hot and people are interested and people haven't got bored?
It'd be a good main event as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Those two have a hell of a match.
In New Jersey, where people would be wrestling fans, they wouldn't crap all over it.
Oh,
put Roman in the main event.
I don't think you know New Jersey sports fans, though. They're a bit brutal.
Yeah, but they are. But they
after 6 hours in boiling hot stadium,
they'd want to see it. Again, if they don't clash. And
you'd have to have at least 2 warm-down matches before it just to make sure the crowd's hot for it.
So Roman Reigns.
Have Roman Reigns' job to Taker in 2 minutes before.
But that's the thing. I don't even think you'll get Taker at Mania 35.
I wish he would retire already. I love Taker, but it's depressing seeing him come back every time.
The only other thing that I could see them doing, which they won't, can you imagine if they did? Because he's teased it.
Go on.
Ciampa versus HBK.
No, come on. No, definitely not. There is one guy I could see main eventing over them, Braun Strowman. That's going to be a name that we're going to know for a long time. If he can stay healthy and not Andre the Giant here put on lots of weight and get fat and all this issues that you have with a guy that big. If he can stay healthy and can keep that character going and become a full heel, I think he needs to be.
Yeah.
Heel Strowman, face Daniel Bryan, main event WrestleMania.
Yeah. But again, they would need to build Braun as a monster heel for over a year.
Yeah, and they're not name recognition, I'm very aware.
Yeah.
But you could still have Flair and Rousey just beneath them as the women's main event.
Yeah.
And then have...
I don't think so.
I think you're right. I'm just saying, playing devil's advocate a little bit.
Other than that, and other than from a booking standpoint of Miz Bryan, I know you're not a fan of him going, and they're going to ruin it and do it at SummerSlam. I don't see any feud that could main event WrestleMania that I go, what?
Miz hires Strowman to beat up Danielson. There's your main event.
He's got the money from Mr. and Mrs., whatever their USA show's called.
That's a great story. Let's book it. Let's do it.
Not as bad as when $1 Million Man bought the belt off Andre.
Yeah, true. I do love like that sort of scenario, like a finger poke of doom. Though I know a lot of wrestling fans hate that stuff, but I love it. I love when like they crap all over what you want to happen because it just makes you hate it so much. As long as they give you the payoff afterwards, then yeah, I'm fine with that sort of stuff.
And to tie up the NXT portion of anything we're talking about now, do you ever see anyone on the current NXT roster main eventing WrestleMania?
Yeah, Dream, Velveteen Dream.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, he's Ric Flair, he's Shawn Michaels, he's everything. He takes the risks of Jeff Hardy. He's got the gimmicks, he's got the character, he cuts promos in the ring, he looks great. You know, he's different to what all these white boys at the top of the card, as I've been saying, you know. He's the man. For me, he's the future of WWE by a long way. Got amateur background, you know. I
agree.
Adam Cole, maybe?
Adam Cole could. I think what would have been a potential for a WrestleMania main event, had Daniel Bryan not come back, would have been Johnny Gargano doing a Daniel Bryan-esque story.
Yeah.
But because Daniel Bryan got cleared, Johnny Gargano has no future in wrestling.
This is going to be controversial. I don't really rate Ciampa or Gargano. I like both guys. I think they're good. They're not main event WrestleMania, though.
I rate Ciampa more than Gargano.
Me too.
I don't really get Johnny Gargano.
He's the good foil for Ciampa's heel character in NXT. The story's been booked very, very well.
Ciampa's got more to him. Gargano's got one dimension.
Yeah.
I'm the underdog, and now I'm being beaten up.
Ciampa's facial expressions are up there with the very best of them.
Yeah.
You book him like Triple H was booked. Yeah, Ciampa. Too right, mate. Yeah. That heel, I am the game, Triple H. You could give that gimmick straight to Ciampa right now and he'd fly with it.
Yeah.
You know?
The problem with both guys is they're smaller. And I think that will hinder them.
Yeah, true. But it's a new world, you know? It's a new day. WWE are pushing smaller guys like to those main event statuses. You don't have to be a giant so much anymore.
No.
And I think they do need those giants, but they've got them. Right. Do you want to play a game?
I have a small admission to make as I quickly scrolled through my notes.
Go on.
On my Google Docs, I don't appear to have saved my quotes for PromoZ with a Z.
No, you not get any.
No.
Okay.
I was quickly trying to Google some, just in case I could try and find them.
It's fine. You can play against me, or we can play a different game.
Oh.
We could do Guess Who, because that's easy. We just have to bring up the roster.
Let's get
I've got 5 here. So if you got 3 right, then we could do it.
Yep. Okay. I'll go with that.
Do you want to do that?
Yep.
Okay, so
PromoZ with a Z.
We're going to do PromoZ with a Z. Hooray!
The award-winning game sponsored by, Ecover.
Cue the music. Right, so PromoZ with a Z. This week I've done the Dudley edition. Okay.
Amazing.
But I've taken a bit of a twist with this Dudley and been broad with the family of Dudley. Okay? So, the quotes will either be from Bubba, or Bubba Ray, or Bully Ray. Okay, they all count as one person. Okay, Spike Dudley.
Nice.
I'm assuming you're familiar with.
Everyone loves a teacher.
How much ECW have you watched?
If you're going to go outside of Big Dick Dudley and Sign Guy Dudley, I may not have any more quotes.
Okay, so my third choice here is part of the Dudley faction in ECW and the greatest ring announcer of all time, Joel Gertner.
I can imagine these are going to be safe for PG audiences, these quotes.
I've been very careful about how I've selected these quotes to make them PG-ish. Like, I know we're not too worried about swearing and stuff, but we're trying to make it more family-friendly and less me just dropping F-bombs every other sentence, which I'm doing quite well at not doing as much.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
stunning
noticed,
job,
but
stunning
thanks, man.
job.
Appreciate it. Okay, we'll just run through these. So there's 5 here. You're going to have to guess who said 3 of them to win, okay?
Okay.
So I'll tell you what, let's go with 3. Go on,
3 for the win.
Okay, that's a high percentage, but
Yep.
whatever. Okay. So the very first one. I am, without a doubt, the undisputed and uncrowned television champion as well. I am the guy that beat Rob Van Dam.
Bully Ray.
Yeah, well done. So that's Bubba Ray on ECW Hardcore TV when they had the television champion back then. Okay, so you got one right already. That's pretty good going. That was a difficult one as well. I started with that one because it could have been anyone. It's like they've all had matches with RVD at some point, I think.
But none of them have won the TV title.
True, very true. Very nicely done. I was testing your knowledge, you know. Okay, let's go with this one.
It's hard to quote now.
If you think you're man enough, if you think you're big enough, if you are such a master of beating big dick as you say you are, take a shot at the man.
Now, because it's got a pun in it, I want to say Joel, but I'm going to say Spike.
You should have gone with your instinct. It was Joel Gertner. Don't worry, man. And yeah, see, I went with one that had like puns in it, but not too much puns, you know? Okay. All right, let's go with this one. So you've got 1 of 2 right now, right? So you got 5 quotes. New Jack, you're dumb as... New Jack, you're dumb as a stump and twice as ugly. You don't... I can't read this without laughing. You don't got no life to live for. You ain't got no family. You've got nothing. Do you want to read it again?
Yes.
Okay. New Jack, you're dumb as a stump and twice as ugly. You don't got no life to live for. You ain't got no family. You've got nothing.
Joel Gertner was quite well spoken, so because based on some of the poor grammar in there, I'm going to say it was not him. I
would encourage you to think about the long terms of these people's gimmicks.
Yeah. I'm going to go Spike Dudley.
Close, but no cigar this time. That was Bubba again. The clue is that when he first came to ECW, he had a more southern sort of gimmick. And so the whole like you're dumb as a stump and twice as ugly. It's very southern, you know. I was going to drop the southern accent, but we decided not to do accents anymore. So.
I can't understand why we chose to not do accent.
Oh, God, just at the risk of offending absolutely everyone. Okay, let's go with this one. I am dripping with sarcasm as your girlfriend is dripping from orgasm.
I want to say Spike, but I'm going to say Joel.
This is a good one. He's going to have to drop one in there, you know. What a line, though. I'm dripping with sarcasm as your girlfriend is dripping with orgasm. Just because it had ism at the end.
I wonder why TNN dropped ECW.
Joel Gertner is my favourite gimmick of all time, I'm going to be honest. Like,
men are from Mars and women are from Venus, but when they come to my town, they can... And then Joey Styles cuts him off.
So many good lines, man. All right, okay.
This is the one. Line 5, it's 2 apiece.
I've got to find the one I haven't done yet. Okay, let's go with this one. I've been thinking about you all week. Tonight, I promise to give you what I almost gave you on SmackDown, and I always keep my promises.
Spike Dudley.
Hey, you win.
Some Molly
played. Well played. Yeah. Good. Well remembered. Yeah, like oddly, finding Spike promos was actually harder than I thought it was.
Really?
Like he didn't cut that many in ECW apparently. Like I couldn't find any from ECW at all.
I was too busy being thrown into the crowd and crowd surfed around.
Pretty much. I seem to remember him cutting these kind of like angry promos, but he was basically silent in ECW. He only really started to talk when he went to WWE. So yeah, well done. You won.
Way.
So there's the Dudley edition, even though the third one technically wasn't a Dudley, but it's part of the family.
He was with the Dudley, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful episode of Promos with a Z.
What are we doing next week?
Next week, I believe it is your pick for a Shikara show.
Next week, we're going to do Shikarasaurus.
Yes! I'm leaving that in.
Thank you. Next week, we're going to do Shikarasaurus Rex, How to Hatch a Dinosaur from 2012, which is my favourite period of Shikara. How much of Shikara have you seen?
I've only seen a sampler DVD and a few bits online, so I'm looking forward to watching a full show, start to finish.
So I was a big fan of Shikara, so this should be quite a fun one, because this is the time period that I follow a lot of, so I can maybe do some of the backstories and things for you.
Excellent.
But yeah, it's a hell of a show. It's a lot of fun. Like, Shikara is never the greatest wrestling in the world necessarily, but everything else that surrounds it is everything I love about pro wrestling. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And I'll save everything else I'm going to say for next week, because it's amazing. Fun. I enjoyed this week.
Yeah, it's good.
It was a good show to watch. Nice short one as well.
Yep.
Meant I could watch more G1, so that's all good.
We'll obviously do a G1 special at some point, just to make sure we can fit some of it in. Maybe
we'll do the final and do a bit of a roundup leading into it, because there's too much to talk about. If we try to cover the G1 in total, we'd be here for 20, 30 hours just trying to cover it. It's too much.
But if anyone would like us, if there's a particular show or a particular promotion you'd like us to review in our own special way, let us know.
Anything but AAA.
Even if it's AAA, we have the right to reject what people request. But if there's a show,
I will reject it. Don't even bother. You can if you want, but I'll just tell you to sod off. So,
but let us know on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/World of Wrestling Podcast. You can find all the links to where you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Acast, Player FM, on worldofwrestlingpodcast.com.
Yep.
I'm on Twitter at TheTaxWilliams and Instagram at TheTaxWilliams.
Yep, I'm on the same as Rich Be Thy Name. You can follow me everywhere. And
this has been the World of Wrestling Podcast. Thanks.
Just stole Cabana's gimmick.
It's my lifestyle, isn't it?
Oh, excellent.
Bye.
See you later.